Greetings Starlars forms and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming another epilepsy awareness video, but this is different because I'm going to give you my tips on epilepsy and medication. When a YouTuber will say the word medication, a lot of viewers tend to think you're just going to describe what medicine you're being on. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to be talking about the people who help those who have epilepsy, such as doctors and nurses. In my experience, these people are wonderful, and I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have the support. So, in order to explain what I'm going to be talking about, I've created a little diagram which I'm going to be calling the epileptic triangle, and I'm going to be putting it somewhere around here, maybe here, I don't know, but we'll just see how it turns out in the video. In the diagram, I'm going to be putting this individual in the middle, and at each point I'm going to be doing each person. So let's start with the pointy bit at the top, and that person is a neurologist. After an individual is diagnosed with epilepsy, they tend to see a neurologist who they see between a 6-month period. However, in time this will be downgraded to once a year. These are the people who will support you during your diagnosis. They will listen to things you've been struggling with, any questions you wanted to ask them, anything like that. And if they find that something isn't working, then they'll find other methods to help that individual. So, for example, I recently went to see my neurologist and I told her about my absence seizures. Even though I was having 2 25 mg tablets every morning and night, I found that they didn't work. I've had more absence seizures, I was getting really tired, and through those I've had a lot of accidents, such as slamming myself into drawers, wardrobes and other people. What she suggested was to give me a higher dose. So now my medication's been changed from 2 25 mg tablets every morning and every night to 150 mg in the morning and 150 mg and 125 mg a night. So this is just an experiment for a few weeks. If it works, I'll stay on the medication, and if it doesn't, then we'll try something else. So let's work our way down the triangle and focus on epileptic specialist nurse. Whether it's a man or a woman, the nurse's job is to come and visit you and to talk about your symptoms, your feelings and your ambitions and targets for social life. The nurse is a very important connection between the neurologist and the GP, because the nurse is there to help you get through things socially. So for example, if somebody is a bit nervous about collapsing in front of their family and friends, then the nurse will tell you, don't worry, and just let them help you get into the recovery position and just stay with you until you regain consciousness. She'll also say as well, talk to your family and friends about your condition. I don't know when a nurse will visit you, but I think it depends on the condition. So for me, even though my epilepsy is controlled, my nurse will come visit me once every 2 months. So now we're going to focus on the final part of the triangle, and that is your GP. There's a dustbin man behind the background, but I'm just going to go with the flow because I really cannot wait. Your GP should be responsible for prescribing your treatment and to listen to any questions or concerns you have about your medication. If your GP feels that the prescription is not right for you because of health and safety or for other reasons, then it is their responsibility to tell you and to work with the neurologist and maybe the nurse to help you find another solution. Before I go, I want to give you tips on what you should do when speaking to your neurologist, your nurse and your GP. I've been diagnosed for a year and I found that these tips have really helped. Never be afraid to ask questions. Your neurologist, your nurse and your GP will always be open to anything you have concerns with or anything you just want to know about, such as travel and pregnancy. However, if you still have concerns about anything, then I would say try to read some leaflets you've been given or have a look at an epilepsy society or registered charity website and they'll happy to give you the details from there. Be honest with yourself. This is highly important, especially with your nurse, because they want to know how you're coping, anything you're struggling with, or any feelings that you have. Then these people should always be there for you. I noticed that there's a spider actually crawling up my wall, but he's gone now. Stick to your medication. That's something I didn't do a couple of times. It's very important that you should take your tablets and how many you should take depending on what your GP and or neurologist suggest. Don't overdose with so many pills because that could put you into a lot of danger. And also always have some every day. Even when you're not at home or in holiday, no excuses, you have to take them. Keep a record of certain events. This is something I have failed to do and I do regret that. But that doesn't stop me giving this advice to you. This is something that is highly recommended by neurologists because they want some evidence on how you are coping with stuff. So if you have absent seizures and you know that you've had accidents, or if you have fits around the house or outside, then they have to know where it happened, certain dates and times. So when you give the evidence to them, then they'll know what to do. Listen to advice. Every GP, nurse and neurologist should know what is best for you. And it is your responsibility to follow it. Know your limits. You have to know what is right and wrong for you. Never let anyone persuade you to do something if you don't feel like it. If you are tired, tell somebody and find yourself in a quiet room where you can either put yourself in a recovery position, go to bed even though it's very early, or just sit out for a couple of minutes. And that is a wrap for another epilepsy awareness video. I really hoped these tips helped for you. And if you want more epilepsy awareness videos like this one, please let me know your suggestions in the comment section down below and I will be very happy to film it. If you are new to my channel, please check it out and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more future videos. So with that, I'll catch you very soon. Goodbye!